which looks like Donald Trump is showing the Fed his hand and saying, "I'm strong." The movie for today might be the start of Raoul Paul's Banana Zone, which sounds like a lot of fun. Banana Zone Phase 2 should last until August or so with quick changes, but please be careful when you eat your food. Also, I don't think that was the August high point. There should be a Phase 2 decline before the final leg up into the end of the year or 2026. It's too early to tell, though, so are we really entering a time when everything, Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, goes crazy? That seems to be the case, guys, based on world liquidity or M2. And it's almost exactly the same as before, guys. If this is following liquidity, that means we'll soon see a new all-time high here and then more all-time highs, most likely somewhere between 200K and 300K. Okay, today is the first day of the cryptocurrency market, and everything is in the green. In the last 24 hours, about $1 billion worth of cryptocurrency shorts were closed. That's what we're talking about, guys. They are going to go after the shorts because it gives the market maker free money. And it was so... Are we about to go in? There is no going back from this point. We were the first ones to notice this. Baby boomers are leaving their children and grandchildren with an incredible $84 trillion, 0 cents in wealth. This will make the millennial generation the richest in history. What are you guys about to do? The big move of wealth. Right on, and this is where I think Donald Trump plays a big part in that shift. Trump tells people to buy stocks right away. This country is going to be like a rocket ship going straight up, okay? He doesn't seem to be kidding either. Wow, okay guys, here he is. Don't forget that he is one of the most important experts out there. He just told us to get stocks. What does that mean? Allow him to explain. Take a look. He says, right, we're going to places we have never been before. It looks like we're going to go to the moon and beyond. You can't go back home. Yes? If that's the case, get ready. Get ready, because things are about to go crazy. Yes. Guys, the inside call has been made public. We're going to see places we've never been before, so it's time to buy, right? A rocket that goes up and up. There is no up and down. It's about numbers, so guys, stand up straight. That's the same as mooning all night. This isn't a drill, and that comes from someone inside the head. People should go buy stocks now that Trump told them to. A lot of rich people won't do this. If you want to make money, you should buy gold, silver, or utility protocol options like XRP, XLM, XTC, and a few others. The market doesn't follow them, they rebuild them. Yes, I would pick XRP over everything else, but that's just me. XRP is also a front runner in this cycle, which is very bullish. Plus, more rocket fuel is about to be added because the Bank of England is cutting interest rates by 0.25% to 4.25%, which is a key factor in Trump's threat of a trade war. This just gives the markets more cash, which is quite bullish for them to go up. But find the one that's not like the others. Rate cut by the European Central Bank. The Bank of England lowered interest rates. The Bank of China lowered interest rates. The only central bank that isn't cutting rates is the Federal Reserve. But remember that other countries change their rules first, and then the US does too, right? They don't want to fall behind. Guys, when they do step in, they lead and take charge. Yes, it's going to happen. By the way, all of this is going on. Bitcoin is going up like never before. Cryptos are and can do anything. The Fed hasn't even changed their tune. Think about what the Fed does. That's why I think Bitcoin will probably reach $1 million before it falls. Head of the Fed won't cut rates, says Trump, because he's not in love with me. He? Deputy Chairman of the Fed? Now look at you guys. You're doing great even without the policy change. But he said that when they cut rates, start quantitative easing, and make a lot of money, it will be like jet fuel. This is a very important part of what he just said. Since things are already going up, let's say the Fed also goes up. Most likely XRP will reach $100, 0 cents in this run. Bitcoin is likely to reach $1 million and Ethereum is likely to reach $100, 0. He really wants to make America great again, and this will make that happen. Trump makes the public announcement of a new trade deal with the UK. Then he says he's almost ready to announce more trade deals. Okay guys, this is all good news. That's crazy how when the market was very bearish, all of a sudden it's positive. Okay. It looks like there was a separation, not to mention, here we go, with no cash gains on crypto too. Missouri will be the first state in the US to get rid of capital gains taxes on stocks, real estate, and cryptocurrencies. At the same time, the governor of Arizona passes a bill to create a Bitcoin reserve fund. Things are getting crazy outside. What do you think will happen next? People will put a lot of money into these investments, and you don't need a lot of money or cash to flood into cryptos and pump them very hard. Think about it. Not only that, but the banks are also stepping in. Is right here. This is the ball. I had to say it. The government agency in charge of NAC says that regulated banks can buy and sell cryptocurrency, having cryptocurrencies. What? We ran up the banks. We ran up the banks. The banks are about to step in, but you should be glad you bought before them because they want a piece of the action and will do anything to push this market to heights no one saw coming. Over 50 million people in the US own some kind of cryptocurrency. It's not a trend for banking services to become more digital. There has been a change. Please forgive me, this is very bad. 50 million or more than 50 million people in the US own cryptocurrency. Think about everyone who does it. Because the banks have done it, more people will follow suit. Think about all the sprees and the Fed becoming bullish at the same time. Yes, this is the answer. These are the things that will cause the soaring boom before it ends. We at the Office of the Controller of the Currency have confirmed that national banks and federal savings associations can take part in some cryptocurrency activities in a way that is safe and good for their users. Banks that are controlled by the OCC can offer custody services to their customers, which includes keeping cryptocurrencies and other digital assets safe and secure. The banks we keep an eye on can also buy and sell cryptocurrencies that their users tell them to. These banks may also offer other security services to their customers, such as tax, record-keeping, or reporting services. OCC banks can use a sub-custodian to do the same work as them, as long as the third party follows the right risk management procedures. Guys, in fact, they are jumping in. We said that the banks would at some point, and they did. Get ready for the manipulation to the upside to get out of hand. This is the last domino to fall for Bitcoin, which will go through the roof with big numbers, and XRP will follow suit as the case comes to a close at the right time. Banks and their third parties may do a variety of things related to cryptocurrencies and digital assets. However, I want to make it clear that the OCC expects these activities to be done safely and in line with the law. Visit OCCGV.com to find out more. Wow, that's crazy, huh? Right now is success day. It's not a drill today. It's not a joke today, right? They're not kidding at all. Do you believe they are? Guys, they're not. They're not. Besides that, all of this is happening at a time when interest in Bitcoin is very low. I think it will be low for XRP too, right? Because of the change in public opinion, these coins have been pulling together for a very long time. People were bored. People were scared, especially when it came to tariffs. As soon as we start making new all-time highs here, it looks like cryptos are just mooning. It's not going to stop. Even more so when you have banks, which are big backers of the system, joining in. It's over. So you won in a way. You did win though. In front of everyone, you beat every agency, every asset.